Sunny day right here in the city of Abuja. And right about now it's time for newspaper headlines. I am Charles Philip Owakolam. Let's start off with Daily Sun newspaper. I go right in there. IGP cuts SARS wings. That's the lead story in the Daily Sun newspaper. Bear witness with me. Over the weekend, there's been lots of callings for the government to end SARS, hashtag end SARS, and the IGP swung into action. The kicker says banned squad, tactical teams from stop and search patrol. Oshido, Nigerians hail action, security experts react. Stories on pages 4 and 5. That's where the whole Daily Sun newspaper. Adeboye laments Nigeria's rising debt profile, decayed infrastructure, on page 2. Restructure Nigeria now, Governor Fayemi says. And the kicker says true federalism will silence ethnic agitations. This is coming from Kokori. And we have a picture of Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Pantami, by the second left, and Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. third left, and founder, CEO, Xenox Technologies Limited, Mr. Stanley Eke, by the right, and others during inauguration of Xenox Technology Experience Center in Lagos State. Ondo Guba, tension in Akure as thugs shoot sporadically. That story is on page 9. Ensure credible polls. PDP tax Buhari. Southeast in 2023. Indues ACNN, an ex-minister, and the story is on page 27. Labour's suspension brands them disgruntled enemies of Nigeria. Story on page 3. And then rounding this one up above the lead story, Fidelity Bank appoints Obi Opera directors, page 25. And finally, food scarcity looms in Southeast over herdsmen's attack. Food scarcity over herdsmen attacks. That's according to Association of Southeast Town Unions. Story on page 27. Alright, let's go to the next one. This day newspaper. Presidency, Buhari will not succumb to threat, undue pressure over restructuring. That's the lead story in this day newspaper. Claims enemies of Nigeria sponsoring discord. ACF recants calls for referendum on Nigeria's future. APC has not abandoned restructuring, says Fayemi. That's Governor Fayemi. Okay, we have a picture that says getting set for Ondo, and that's the picture of Chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, and the Electoral Officer of Ifedora Local Government Area, Mrs. Heritage Bobo, during inspection of the non-sensitive materials ahead of next Saturday's Ondo State Governorship election. And then the last story on the bottom strip, we're united behind Jegede, says PDP governors, on page 5. And the story beside the picture, IG bars federal SARS from routine patrols. Oshibajo praises ban. Okay, some of the stories on front page, rest on page 10. And then let's check above the masthead. PIB proposes 2.5% fund for host communities. Story continued on page 10. Okay, that's that for this day newspaper. Let's go to the next one. Vanguard newspaper. Restructuring Governors lament system not working. Governors lament system not working. So I will see that story on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper. Add, if we don't rejig to favor citizens, it will consume us. That's the kicker under that list story. Say we aren't elected to pay salaries alone. Clamor for more powers. Fund. Only restructuring can save Nigeria from disintegration. And we have a picture of Mina Zungeru Road in Niger State. It says transporters and their trucks stranded for many days due to the deplorable condition of Mina Zungeru Road in Niger State over the weekend. Okay, that's when the picture was taken. Bandits sack 500 farmers in Katsina. Page 6. And then moving up, economy. Other sectors suffer as debt servicing surges. We have a chart to show this headline just beside that story. As debt service to revenue ratio hit 72%. 72%. Analysts, IMF paint picture of threat. Okay, above the masthead, IGP warns SARS boss. IGP warns SARS boss. CPs orders over misconduct of operatives. And okay, let me read the kickers under that story. CP reads riot act to unit heads to restrain their operatives. Keyamo debunked reported killing of youths by SARS in Ugeli. Okay. IGP bans FSARS. Other police tactical squad from routine patrols. Warns against illegal searches on citizens' mobile phones, laptops. As police arrest 2 FSARS operatives, 1 civilian accomplice in Lagos. Wow. I'm angry over killings, maiming of young Nigerians by police. That's coming from Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, and it's on page 8. And finally, Southern Kaduna crisis. Ploy to exterminate Muslims in area. Muslim leaders allege. That's on page 8. Enemies of Nigeria sponsoring, encouraging discord. Anarchy, says presidency. Story on page 7. Alright, and the next one is the Nation newspaper. Buhari won't succumb to threat on restructuring. That's the lead story, and it's coming from the presidency. Warns against unpatriotic outburst by advocates. Alright, above the masthead, Lagos issues flood alert over dam inflow. Lagos issues flood alert over dam inflow. Story on page 5. Kwara and Kogi groan. They're already having flood issues. Conflicting signals on Trump's state of health. Page 33. NSC set to become public company. Fidelity Bank appoints Obi Opara as directors. And coming down, Ondo 2020, guns boom in Akure as PDP, APC supporters clash. 16 PDP governors to campaign for candidates. Ajayi absent as Akeredolu Jegede debate. On the pages 6 and 12. Let's come down. Pictures of inspection of non-sensitive materials for INEC as regards the oncoming Ondo gubernatorial election, as we saw in the other paper. These are picture stories for that story. And coming down, oil firms to fund development of host communities in PIB plan. Outrage as FSARS excesses. over EFSA's excesses. Oshibajo, Sanwo-Olu, Omo-Agege, Keyamo child outfit. IG bans a squad, others from routine patrol, stop and search. Finally, stricter rules likely for party registration. Gunmen kill pastor in Ekiti. All these stories can be found in Nation's newspaper. And then we'll be going on a break now. On the flip side, we shall see the rest of the newspapers. Please stay right there.
We're in a state of anarchy, as it is, because no one is sure of his life walking on the streets anywhere today in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But in the words of national security, I think we are in a state of emergency.
Nobody will say that what is happening in the country is that anybody that says that is very, very economical with the truth.
Once a law is made in any nation, nobody is above the law. If a church has a business entity, the church should pay their own taxation on whatever business they have that they are making money.
Election is not war. Soldiers must not be mobilized for election. Election is a civil affair, and I'm saying that to the federal government. Police has a primary responsibility in protecting the balloting process.
Welcome back on newspaper headlines on ACNN TV. Let me continue with the Blueprint newspaper. Alright, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa squandered 682.49 billion naira. That's talking about allocation to states. APC on 2019 allocation to PDP states. I take it again, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa squandered 682.49 billion naira. This is coming from APC. Says opposition party spent over 5 trillion naira on subsidy. Your party can't match our governor's feats, says PDP. Our government got Fitch rating. Reduced nation's budget deficit by 72%. Stories on page 6. Picture shows INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu by the second right addressing some staff of the commission at a federal local government area ahead of Ondo 2020 governorship election on Sunday. Okay, and the second picture, Professor Yakubu inspecting displayed voters' biometrics. Under the pictures, EFSA's action anger Oshibajo, Omo-Agege, IGP bans squad from routine patrols, and 2 arrested. Matawale facilitates rescue of 11 kidnapped victims, page 14. We are pace setters in Africa on Hajj savings scheme, says NAHCON. That's on page 14. Jailers Kano housewife who killed own kids arrested, page 13. Nigeria needs $40 billion to connect rail across country. $40 to connect rail across country. That's coming from Rotimi Amechi, and this on page 26. Okay, let's move up now. Below the Blueprint masthead, Nigeria needs merit, not federal character, says Oshibajo. Insists creating balance should be merit-based. Nigeria's GDP grows 10,556.84% since 1960. to $448.12 billion. Page 27, that's where it is. NASU and SANU begin strike today. NASU and SANU begin strike today. Page 8, and that's the last one on Blueprint newspaper. New Telegraph is the next I have here. Rights violation and extortion. IGP reached the Riot Act. Talking about the FSAS issues. Bans FSAS, IRT, other squads from patrol, checkpoints. Forbids operatives wearing mufti during operation. Outlaws unauthorized mobile phones and laptops search. Oshibajo, Atiku, Sanwo-Olu condemn police brutality. Page 3. And coming down below the picture, terrorist sponsors won't seize 2021, says Adeboye. Warns against foreign loans. Laments Nigeria's bad roads. Page 6. Sleep loss reduces ability to maintain positivity. Page 29. Okay, let's move up above lead story. Presidency mocks opposition over botched labor strike. Present political structure no longer sustainable, says Governor Fayemi. Page 6. Ondo Guba 3 injured in APC PDP thugs shootout. Page 28. Fidelity Bank appoints Obi and Opara as directors. Page 8. Above the masthead, oil workers vow to ground Chevron's assets. Nupeng, Pengasin, other operations shut down over sack. Okay. World Bank tax central banks on reserve management. World Bank tax central bank on reserve management. That's the last story on New Telegraph newspaper. Alright, we're coming to an end gradually, but then I have leadership newspaper with me. Starting from the top, Diamond Anniversary Celebration just started, says PMB. Diamond Anniversary Celebration just started, says PMB. IGP bans SARS, STS, IRT from routine patrol. And coming down to the lead story, 1 trillion naira insurance targets. Federal government asks states to adopt 5 compulsory policies. Page 4. Lagos, Ogun, Kaduna Domesticate Insurance Act 2003. And we see a picture of Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun, second left, and Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure Engineer Ade Akinsoya, second right, and Engineer Mark Seaman of Hitch Construction by the right joined the inspection of ongoing road projects in Abeokuta at the weekend. Beside the picture, strike, Labour thwarted opposition's plot to unleash anarchy, says presidency. Says president won't succumb to threats and undue pressure. End corruption in oil management, PDP fires back. Alright, bottom strip stories. Nigeria has over 30 trillion naira livestock assets, says minister. APC has not given up on restructuring, says Governor Fayemi. This is on page 2 of Leadership newspaper. National Hajj Savings Scheme takes off in Kano. Oshibajo advocates merit for economic growth. Don't mix politics with religion, Sultan warns politicians. 1 killed in Ondo as APC PDP supporters clash. And that is that for Leadership newspaper. Okay, the list 1 here, Business Day newspaper. Nigerian banks gather defenses to ride out virus storm as provision for loan defaults hit 3-year high. As provision for loan defaults hit 3-year high. Okay, and the story beside that list story. Reasons federal government Developers rule out low-cost houses for Nigerians. Reasons: federal government and developers rule out low-cost houses for Nigerians. And coming down, and story: prices of face masks, sanitizers, thermometers drop as COVID-19 cases crash 78%. Page 2. And finally, Nigeria urged to tighten security ahead of border reopening. Nigeria urged to tighten security ahead of border reopening. Page 2 as well. And that's last on Business Day newspaper. And of course, that's that for newspaper headlines for today. As I conclude, the duty of achieving a great nation is on all of us, whether you are in government or not, whether by holding those in power accountable or by doing your own bit. Nigeria needs all of us to be labelers and for one aim. Thank you. That's the size of the show. I want to thank you for watching. I remain Charles Philip Owakolam. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Beaming from the nation's capital, we bring to you the good news through various programming, news update, worship and teachings.
The paralysis of sin makes us to be separated from God.
Contact us for your live streaming